Well, it is the next morning. So last night when I got home from work, I hooked up the sickle bar mower to the tractor, looked over everything, making sure everything was hooked up right, nothing was loose, just looking for anything that might have been causing a problem for it not to work. I couldn't find anything. I really couldn't. So me and the boys, we gathered around it, said a prayer over it. I come out to the hayfield, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go right down the middle. And I just took off cutting. And as you saw, we cut this entire half of the field, and it never clogged up once. So that's an answer to prayer. And I'm thankful, because I was at my wit's end. So I've got a couple of theories, but I really don't still know what was causing the problem. Theory number one, this Bahia grass, when it's by itself, is easy to bunch up and clog up. So that's theory number one. It was straight Bahia up there where I was starting, near the barn, whereas out here there's quite a few weeds mixed in. So the weeds are more stemmy, and it helps clean that grass out of the sickle scissors. So that's theory number one. Theory number two is I oiled the bar up pretty heavy with motor oil before we started cutting, just to lubricate it, because it needs to be lubricated. So maybe it was causing the grass to stick in there because it was so oily. I don't necessarily think that was the problem. I'm leaning more toward the theory of the Bahia grass, just because that section always gives me a problem every single year with clogging up. So not as bad as it did this time, but usually once or twice it'll clog up on me and I'll have to clean it out. But I don't know, and I don't really care. It's working fine right now. So so it's still pretty early. There's still very heavy dew on the ground, so we're going to give it a few hours to dry off, because I think that was my third theory. After it rained especially, the grass was too wet and it was sticking, just like it would with any weed eater or lawnmower mowing wet grass. The sickle mower is the same way. So we're going to let this dry out back here behind me, and we'll finish that half here in a couple hours. In the meantime, we're going to go take down some hot fence. That is where we were having the cows eat under the trees and everything, because that's going to come down so we have enough poles to do this whole hayfield. Morning, girls. What's up, Charlotte? Oh. Doing good? What about you, Dolly? Fixing to have you some good grass next week. That's right. You excited about that, Daisy? Settle down, girl. Settle down. That's a good girl. Boy, it is a beautiful morning. First weekend of fall. Temperatures this morning were in the mid-50s. Love it. Got the A-team out here getting the hot fence taken down. Those are kind of tricky here. You guys got to click it that way, and then it'll come off. Yep, good job. These extension cord reels work perfect for hot fence wire. Keeps it from getting tangled up. You can see, letting it go an extra week or two, it's these weeds are coming on strong. This is where we had the cows over here. They kept this mowed down really nice. Sliding it off the top, about can't reach it. You got it. I'll help you. There you go. Good job, buddy. Anybody see it?
Just see the turtle.
Where's he going? Well, it is dried out enough. It's almost lunchtime. I got me some sweet tea. It's time to start cutting hay. Well, it is all done. And the cool part is the belt did not slip one single time. It never clogged up. I never had to get out and unclog it. Nothing. It worked perfectly like it was supposed to. That is an answer to prayer. I do not know what was causing the problem the other day. I really don't. We had conditions just like this when I started, and it was giving me a fit. And then once the rain, of course, the first rain we got, even though we didn't get much, it was enough to make the grass wet, and it wasn't going to work after that. So regardless, we got it all cut. The first stuff right here is dry and ready to bale. So I'll probably go ahead and hook my rake up and windrow this up and go ahead and bale it. It's probably only 2 or 3 bales. It's not very much there, but at least I'll get it up out of the way. And then we'll let this dry, the other stuff dry for 2 days, and we'll get it baled up. I'm gonna have to talk to my boss about getting out of work early on Monday to be able to bale this up. I usually cut it Thursday evening after work and then bale on Saturdays. And that's where I don't have to take time off of work to do it. It works out good. It gives it 2 days to dry. And it didn't work out this way this time, but that's okay. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.